And if we're all good to go, then we'll get started here in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, we're doing beat lists. Gotta remember, don't collect letters. So we're gonna go to Starman because Starman is just the definitive route for Mega Man 5. It's not worth it to go to any other stage first. Because the arrow is just so good. You get both Star Crash and arrows from defeating Starman. And arrows just, they move you so much faster in every stage that it's just not worth it to go anywhere else first. Don't get the letter. Okay. But Starman is a little bit of an awkward stage because you start off with floaty physics, just like right off the bat. So you kind of have to readjust every run to new floaty physics, unless you're resetting Star TA for an hour and a half.
Yeah, this is a really fun speed stage, but it's also known as like one of the harder opening. Ooh, DPS.
2 scoops. Not a bad stage, actually.
Yeah, it's really a lot of precise tech in Starman stage.
And then Starman's shield is it's decent as a shield, except when you get right in front of him.
It's semi-permeable.
Yeah. Alright, time our jump. I didn't jump. It's okay, we're just gonna get lucky, right? Right? Why get good when you can just get lucky? Alright.
So there's a little technique called grav skip there. Sometimes you float up really slowly to collect your weapon, which is actually like a full second and a half slower with the anti-gravity. There's a manipulation you can do to force it to give you normal gravity, or you can just get lucky.
Excuse me?
Oh, that's
I was holding start. I was holding start.
That was a thing.
I just got another life. Is it just faster to beat the stage now?
Darkman, help!
Darkman, help! Where's Darkman when you need him to coach? just. Alright, we're doing it again.
Yeah, this is like the one Mega Man game where you can actually buffer your inputs coming out of weapon get, and then to select your stage as well. So like this is the one where stage select should be easy.
It should be, you would think. But there's another life.
Mega Man 5 known for giving you a lot of lives. Mostly because you kill so many enemies. I think the drop rate is supposed to be the same as Mega Man 4, but the difference between how many enemies you kill in 4 and 5 speaks to the reputation of why, like, 1-Up is called a Mega Man 5 reference.
Alright. So now we're in Gravity. Which, like, Star followed immediately by Gravity is just so brutal. Because, like, you go from, like, weird floaty physics immediately into a stage where the physics are backwards half the time. But we're gonna get a lot of arrow usage starting here and pretty much everywhere else. I didn't even think of trying to use arrow in Starman stage. Okay.
That would have been really fun if you tried to figure that out on the fly. The thing with this, arrow is really, really good, but it's surprisingly difficult to just, like, use it without knowing exactly how to place it, because it's really easy to get knocked off of it if your, height isn't correct, if you don't know exactly what's coming.
Alright. So here's Gravity Man. We're gonna go for half TAS. Ah, yeah, a little bit too early. So you can get a double hit in there on that cycle if you jump and shoot with precise timing. It's pretty difficult to do. It's easier if you can manipulate him to shoot the correct direction. But it's a really tight jump to get him to actually do that. Alright, gyro. Hold start. I was holding start before, but we didn't go to gravity twice, so we're in there. We did it, everybody. Nice arrow. Ah, we're out. Hardest easy stage.
I don't understand why this stage is so impossible, but it is.
Alright, let's see if we can get the lucky drop on the screen. Hi.
Oh, you do the Stomper defoost, don't you? Oh.
I do, but I forgot how to do the arrow version of it.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Because we don't need the letter. So we slide and like walk off the edge of an arrow in order to conserve ammo. So the ammo only drains when you fire it or when you're standing on it. So when you walk off the edge, you kind of bump off, and that, excuse me? It saves your ammo from draining part of the time, so you can use an extra arrow or two on certain parts of certain screens. I just got confused because the charge shot hit the second guy, but not the first one. I thought they were the same height.
I think every Mega Man game I run, my stage splits just have the name of the stage, except for this one, which is This Is Fine. I hate this stage so much.
Yeah, we got lives. Doesn't matter. Still have 3 lives. I didn't respect the frames! Nice Dance Buster on gyro. I'm making a lot of really impressive mistakes. I gotta say that for sure.
How did it ever come to a Dance Buster on gyro?
I have no clue. I couldn't tell you. Alright. So, there's gonna be something interesting happening on the next stage. I'm holding start, please. I made sure I was careful. Hopefully, something weird is happening here. We're gonna take a bunch of damage because we're gonna set up a thing. I want to do this and let the ball go off screen. And alright, everyone relax for about 45 seconds. Ugh. You got a plug you want to share?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, again, we're doing Bring 'em Over 3 here to get Prissy, Becco, and Ohan over for Mega Man 4 through 6. This is one of the games you'll be seeing in that relay. This is the second Classic Mega relay we've had at GDQ, and yeah, just amazing speedrunners. Ohan, Becco, Prissy, like they're just well known as being the best of the best in terms of Mega runners, and the flights from overseas are really expensive. So any help we can get, this being the last day of the marathon, you can see from the total we've had a lot of generosity so far. So anything you can do to help us out would be great. Thank you.
Alright, so there's some really technical stuff that happens there where if you die on the same frame that you spawn the bobblehead enemy, the head part of it spawns the next frame, but there's too many sprites on screen, so it doesn't know where to put the head. So it shoves it into memory, and that memory overwrites like your death length and your position in the stage. So it actually warps you directly to the end of the stage. It's a lot more technical than that, but that's like the best explanation I can come up with in a short period.
Yeah, it's a big part of Beatless because obviously you warp past the letter. So if you're planning on getting beat, you can't do that.
Okay. 3, 4.
Those drills are actually one-hit kills. So normal enemies have invincibility frames in this game, which is I think the only classic Mega that has that as a feature. So there's eight invincibility frames. So you actually have to space your shots out there. If you're a little too quick with one, it's usually too late to react, and you just get owned by that guy in one hit.
That's why the Charge Buster is so good in this game. It pierces enemies, it does 3 damage, and most enemies don't have more than 3 health. So it you can clear like full screens of enemies with Charge Buster, as opposed to having to slow down and time your shots out. Just be a little safe, because I want to be. Alright, everyone's Napalm fight is different, and they're all cool.
Yeah, this fight owned.
It's okay. They didn't explode.
The idea behind that fight is if you're far away from him, he'll shoot the missiles instead of the laggy explosion bombs, which he'll shoot if you're close to him. So you try to kind of dance in and out a little bit, because he will also jump to your positions. If you just stay far away from him, he'll close in and you'll get the lag shots. So you get in to make him jump shorter, and then get away from him so he doesn't do so he does the attack you want.
Alright, reminder to self, don't get the letter. Don't get the letter.
Yeah, this letter is one of the slower ones to get. Also, this stage is impossible to do perfectly.
Agreed.
Congrats on not getting the letter.
We didn't get the letter. Please go faster, thank you.
This stage has been described as like death by 1,000 cuts, because there's like 15 to 20 different very small mistakes you can do that cost you time, that are really common because of how difficult the stage is to execute.
Die, Squeaks. Thanks for the life, though.
This stage is a really good showcase of how good Super Arrow is. The horizontal movement, the really quick vertical climbing, the enemy kills, all that stuff is on display here.
Alright, don't kill me. Thank you. The screen's always a little bit weird, because occasionally Rush doesn't catch you if you take damage, and then you fall off. Please. I don't want it. Okay. It's fine. Alright, Stone. How happy are you gonna be? Maximum unhappy Stone. Dang.
Generally, before Beatless became a thing, this was known as one of the games that had like on the lower side of RNG for classic megas. Beatless kind of throws a wrench in that, but mostly it's just little stuff like the Stone Man fight there that adds up over the course of the run.
I'm holding start. Excuse me, game. I don't understand. Why is that not working?
At least we didn't go back.
Yeah, I'm making sure I'm being very careful on my stage selects now.
Maybe holding too early, because that's definitely a thing.
Maybe. Alright. Best robot stage. I am dumb. No. Just do this. You see a large drop and you're tempted to pick up arrow, and I'm like, it's not what I want here.
This room is so good. Not everybody is a big fan of the invincibility frames that enemies have in this. Oh, jeez.
I don't need to get the letter.
But it makes rooms like that real. this is fun. We're having a good time. Good thing you didn't dedicate that chicken room to anybody. That would have been really mean.
The first part of it was good, but the end was
kind of fell apart. But yeah, just the movement and spacing out the shots, I think, makes some of these screens really unique compared to the other Mega Man speedruns. And I think the lack of, or the lack of the invincibility frames cause this game to have its own kind of feel.
All right, pauseless. Double pauseless. Excellent. At least we got one thing correct in the stage.
That fight is really, really difficult to do. The thing is you can't pause the game with Power Stone if there's one of the stones still on screen. So the aim of that fight is to shoot the stone in such a way that all three hit the boss, so that you can fire another one when his iframes go away, rather than having to pause to get Power Stone off and reselect Power Stone, which takes like over a second each time because the menus are pretty slow.
Yeah. Alright, and we got Cozy Wave coming up here. Charge Kick is a deceptively good weapon. Like, being able to kick through stage hazards and enemies without taking damage is really underrated. Alright, double bubble.
It'd be fun to see how much Charge Kick gets used in like a Complete Works or something, where there's no menuing and you can quick swap.
Easy.
Nice.
Oh no,
Very
guys,
nice.
I can't move. Just kidding.
You want to explain about that?
Yeah, so if you slide through or if you're in the air during the screen transition, then you retain movement of Mega Man. So you can pause and you can swap weapons, and you kind of skip the boat that way. So you use arrows to skip the boat. It saves around 2 seconds in order to save the boat. Like, it's not as much time as you would think. But it is still a time save overall, because the arrow in the ending cutscene, and you can use a charge shot on Octodad.
Mind if I read off a donation?
Go right ahead.
Awesome. So we got a $20 donation from Tobias with no message. Thanks for the donation. Really appreciate that.
I don't need the O, but it reduces lag to collect, so I collect it. In theory, it would reduce lag to collect if I didn't miss the dolphins. the Wave Man fight. Alright, we killed him in the corner. Nice.
That was a nice fight.
In theory, yes, Fatso. In theory. Yes, that's definitely true. Alright, Darkman stages. So, there's some really good stages in the Darkman stages. Like, Dark 1 is probably one of the best speed stages that you can play. It's really cool, really fun.
You can just get lost practicing this over and over.
2-frame?
Beautiful.
There's no beat in the menu. Reminder, there's no beat on my menu. The drop threw me off.
I've seen so many different versions of that screen. I can't remember if I've seen that opening before, but that one looks really slick.
It's one that Baron worked on for a while, but he abandoned it for something that's just a tiny bit slower, but way easier. And I'm like, I'm not willing to abandon that. This looks way too cool for me to not go for.
Never change for pot.
Yep. Alright, there's no beat on the menu. Menu correctly. Ah! That was a little sketch.
Okay.
I think that bullet does 5 damage.
I don't think it does less than 5. It doesn't seem like it does.
Alright, we need to collect the Im tank, so we have to go right first. Also, shoutouts to Best Rush. And by Best Rush, I mean... Hi, Coil. Oops. I just shorted my jump.
You get what you get when you use coil. Coil is kind of a meme in this game because it's just not super useful. Mostly because you have arrow, but also just it's like hitbox is really tiny and it's kind of goofy looking.
Yep. They put the spring on the wrong side of Coil. On the underside, for whatever reason. Get up there. Thank you. I hate that drop, dude. It scares me every time. Ah, I didn't quite get the strat there underneath the 4th shot.
Those thumper enemies and also these tigers are manipulated. First of all, if you get close enough, they'll drop. But also by pressing the B button, you'll cause them to go down sooner than they would otherwise. Not necessarily by firing a shot, but just by pushing B. So you can manipulate them to come down when you want them to get them out of your way.
That was clean.
Yeah, that was really nice. If you're not running beatless, you use beat there, and it's a much easier fight.
That's the best I've done that fight. I've workshopped it a couple times, but it's the best I've done it, so. Not bad. Probably want into the shot goes off screen faster, but it's fine. Alright, Widowmaker. Dark 3 is just notorious for being like a super difficult stage that kills runs. Okay, we're fine. So it's kind of affectionately referred to as the Widowmaker. There's no beat on the menu. Okay. Climb. 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is one of the sections where it's pretty important to save your ammo for very specific uses.
Yeah, that set of arrows there is really difficult to do. That's my favorite looking arrow in the game, but that one's actually pretty easy with the double arrow there.
Yeah. Yeah, I've messed that that screen up enough times that I know my backup for it. Please, Stomper.
Ditto for that one, messing that one up enough.
Another cool looking arrow that's also kind of dangerous. But
yeah, that one you have only like 2 pixels that work based on how you set that up there. So you have to, as long as you do an A plus B input, you're good. But yeah, it's a tight arrow for sure.
Alright, didn't get frozen. It's good. I missed a shot, but...
The fight's surprisingly hard. It doesn't seem like it would be, because you're really just locking him into a cycle, but any Mega Man 5 runner you watch, it's not uncommon at all to see them miss a hit or get frozen there.
Yep. Alright, let's get God Climb.
This tower looks so cool when someone does it right, but I hate it so much.
I don't have beat. Brain paused automatically. It was not God Climb, by the way. It's 2 extra breaks. Not terrible, but just missed a couple shots. Oh no, who's the real Proto Man? It's that one. I don't know why I slid there, but... Alright, not terrible. Gave me a pretty doable pattern for that, where he jumped more often than shot.
Yeah, so now we have a cutscene. I want to go ahead and, this is something I haven't mentioned during this little segment here, but we actually have a prize for anybody that donates $10 or more, or cheers for 1,000 bits or more. The prize being entered into a drawing for a $100 gift card of the winner's choice. Either a Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, or Steam gift cards. So keep that in mind. Those that have made donations already of $10 or more, that you're going to be entered. But also anybody that makes any upcoming donations, that you're automatically entered into that. So keep that in mind.
Alright, so now that it's revealed that Wily is the actual enemy, not Proto Man, we're gonna go to Wily's castle and tell him what's up. There's get the M-Tank and use it pretty much right away in the stage. There's no beat on the menu. In order to skip by a couple of these conveyor belt screens, that's 6. we have the Crusher Room coming up. There's no beat on the menu. Crusher Room is pretty dangerous overall. Kind of tricky, but you can always just walk and mash the final segment here. Alright, most important jump of the game. Ah, he sniped me, dude. I had it. I'm mad. Not this time. Alright, and Big Pets. Big Pets is a really unique fight where he's only vulnerable when his eyes are open, and his eyes are only open when one of his platforms is shot out, like when it's coming out at you. So it's a lot of like manipulation of like getting his platforms to come out in such a way that you can continuously hit him, and then utilizing the, like, if you stand right next to him when you shoot the lower one, it kind of zips you up on top of him.
Nice fight.
Thanks. Alright, let's take a full health. Alright, and now we have water physics. So you can't jump out of slides in Mega Man 5 underwater. You have to cancel them. So it makes this section a little bit more tricky. Chickened out on that one. Thought my slide was a little late.
Yeah, you'll see some runners skip the extra slides and just wants a full slide and walk to the edge. But you're looking at the Mega Man 6 world record holder, which is a game known for slide canceling, so of course he's going to do them.
Yeah. Yeah, there were some not great cancels there. Jet. I'm sorry, Darkman. No Darkman jump today. I already played Star twice. I don't know what more you want from me.
Nice chicken ride.
Thanks. Alright, worst boss in all of Classic Mega by a considerable margin.
Wrong?
There were a couple of good cancels in there, but a couple of them were bad. Alright, now it's time for the refight stage. We're definitely going to be fighting all 8 Robot Masters again, right? 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that somehow worked still. Get in the capsule. I'm really glad the Palm is a refight we get to do here. Because we get to have the cool fight twice. If I can not mess it up. Okay. Alright, and that just skips all the refights. So if you put I don't know why I'm not counting. 5, 6, 7. Sorry, I have to count here. 5. You can say words, I can count on my own.
Alright, yeah, I didn't want to interrupt your counting. Yeah, so as far as the refight skip goes, it's just about placing the arrow on a specific set of pixels. And there's a couple different setups you can do. There's a really easy one, actually, that Badop came up with, but it uses an extra arrow. The one that he does, that the pot did there, is just about putting it in the right spot, getting right up next to the wall, sliding away from the wall, and then I think it's like 2 frames later, yeah, you push right, and it just pushes you right through. So it's a really specific input, but I don't know, it's something that with practice it can be repeatable. It's a nice kind of movement with your thumb across the D-pad.
Alright. Well, we didn't have to use any extra arrows, but we did get an ending 7 on Capsule, so... Classic. Whoops. Ah, 3 sucks. I don't know why I'm not holding a charge. Okay.
So yeah, this is what Beatless is. You are hoping for Wily Capsule to spawn low enough that you can hit him. You can see that Papat is doing something of a buffer strat to time his first charge shot to hit as many possible spawns and give him enough time to charge up and get him with the second full charge. The timing can be pretty tight on some of the spawns, but also Wily can just appear up top like you saw the last two, and there's nothing you can do about it. So the world record gets all low spawns, and I forget what the odds of that are, but there's something like 1 or 2%. They're really low.
Okay.
Neat little trick here with Gravity Hold. You can actually see the next spawn position of Capsule as soon as the little orbs go away if you use it. So you can see that he's on the right side now.
What? Excuse me.
Ooh. Using Gravity Hold here with 4 health, probably a good idea.
Please, Wily.
But he needs him to spawn low because he only has a finite amount of Gravity Hold usage, and then once he's out, he'll be flying blind. Obviously, the menuing to Gravity Hold is slow. You don't want to have to do it that way, but yeah. Better than dying, for sure.
Please.
Oh, man. Okay, so now he's out of Gravity Hold. Actually, he can hit any spawn here for 2 damage, and he'll kill him on the cycle. Just hopefully he doesn't spawn at the top. Okay.
We're fine.
I love
We're fine. We're fine. We're fine.
Alright, GG. You can see why most people do not run Beatless.
Yeah, Beatless is, it's pretty rough at the end, but, it can be faster. And it's a fun way to go about it. It's just rough. Rough ending. We didn't die to Capsule, and we stayed relatively underestimate, even with going to Star twice. That was a fun run. Even if it wasn't like great, it was still fun. I had a good time.
I enjoyed it. Mega Man 5 is a really good speed run.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's fun the things that can happen. I mean, going to Star twice isn't really a thing that can happen, but it still happens.
No, that's not a thing. That's not. You can buffer the input, and I somehow didn't. But okay.